On the phone with me right now, Shawn Harris. He's the 14th Congressional District candidate, the Democrat candidate for the 14th Congressional District. That election is March 30th. Early election starts March 30th, and election day is April 7th. Mr. Harris, how are you? Thanks for joining the Shelley Winter Show.
Hey, Shelly, it's great to be on your show, and I love your show. Man, you call balls and strikes. I'm looking forward to having a conversation with you tonight.
Oh, I appreciate you. Flattery will get you everywhere, my friend. So let me ask you this. You, by all accounts, all my numbers, all the numbers I pulled, all the numbers my friends have pulled, we all see the Democrat candidate in that district topping out at 40%. First question, do you see the same thing? And if you do, how do you see yourself getting, what's your plan to get to 50 plus 1?
Yeah, you know, the reality of it is Shelly, I would tell you that, no, we see ourselves being able to get to 50 plus 1%. And the reason why we're going to get there is because I'm a moderate Democrat. I'm not way out there on the fringes, and I wake up every day focused on the people right here in Northwest Georgia. That means Democrats are excited to be behind me, independents are excited to be behind me, and yes, 20% of Republicans are supporting me. And I would tell you point blank, Fuller got lucky. He actually limped across the line with President Trump's endorsement. We were fully expecting to run against Moore, and after I beat Fuller this time, I'm going to have to turn back around and beat Moore in November.
Now, you thought that you thought Colton Moore was going to be the nominee, or not the nominee,
yes,
but the winner.
We thought Colton Moore was going to be the winner because when President Trump came down about 2 or 3 weeks ago, nothing changed. If you actually remember, I think it was 12, 13 Republicans running against him. None of them really dropped out. The only ones that dropped out actually started going for Senate races inside the state. So the reality of it is President Trump is not as strong as he used to be, and the Marjorie Taylor Greene factor is still here. And as you know, she comes up on the news every day talking about this war, talking about all the things that President Trump said he wasn't going to do, but yet Fuller says he fully supports Trump. And that's not going to work for the people here in Northwest Georgia.
So what do you propose as Congress? You say you're the congressperson for the 14th Congressional District. What are those issues that you're going to fight for? Mr. Fuller talked about economy and making lives better, creating jobs. What is your fight going to be?
My fight is 100% focused on kitchen table issues. And those kitchen table issues is, yes, the economy. Because here in the 14th, everybody's hurting across the board. I don't care if you're a school teacher or you're an administrative business owner or a farmer. As you know, here in our district, agriculture is the number one thing. And as a cattle farmer, I can tell you diesel prices and gas prices are out the roof. And then on top of all of that, fertilizer prices out the roof. So at the end of the day, I'm going to fight to make sure that we bring generational jobs back here. We're going to make sure that I am laser focused on the people of Northwest Georgia. My opponent, he's focused on President Trump. I'm a Democrat, but I'm not tied to the party because leadership matters. I'm going to stand up for the people here, regardless if you're a Democrat, independent, or Republican. My focus is you, just like I did 40 years in the military. When I was willing to die, I was willing to die for the American people. And when I go to Congress, I'm going to focus 100% on the people here in Northwest Georgia, period.
We're on the phone with Shawn Harris. He's the Democrat candidate in a runoff with Clay Fuller, who you heard earlier. And for the 14th Congressional District, early voting starts March 30th. The election is April 7th. Election day is April 7th. When you talk about generational jobs, what do you mean by that? I've never really heard that term before. Can you explain that some?
Yeah, when I talk about generational jobs, that comes from my experience of being in the military, of looking over the horizon, talking 30 years and 40 years out. I want to make sure that I sit down with every county, and that's why I do these town halls and the chamber to say, what are the jobs that you think you want in the future? We work together. I bring those jobs in. There'll be manufacturing. They'll be in space. They'll be in all kind of things that when your kids get jobs there and your grandkids, they won't get a job just there for a day. They'll have it for the next 30, 40, 50 years, and it will give them a livable wage so that they can work one job, not 2 or 3 jobs and still don't make ends meet. So that's what I'm talking about when I say generational jobs.
Where the war in Iran, you talked about it clearly. Mr. Fuller is with has the Trump endorsement. You're a Democrat. You're on the other side. What are you saying to voters who do like Donald Trump, who did vote for him, like the endorsement, but maybe in an economic situation that you explained is going on in the 14th and around the state? What do you say to those voters? Because clearly you have the Democrats. How are you going to get, I guess the question is, how are you going to get Republicans to your side?
The reality of it is this. I support President Trump when it comes to closing down the border. He did an awesome job. I support him on several things, but the reality of it is, because I'm going to be representing the people here in Northwest Georgia, everything that's coming out of this administration is not the best thing for small town America. They need a representative that if it works right for us, the answer is yes, I'm going to vote for it. But if it don't, I didn't sell my soul to President Trump. I can push back, just like I can push back on the Democrats and say, okay, we got to make sure that when we're working on these things, it can't just be good for Atlanta or New York or California. It got to be good for all the small rural towns in our district. And that is the major difference between me and Clay, because Clay has already sold his soul to Donald Trump. He can't say anything negative. He can't push back on anything. Marjorie Taylor Greene told us that did not work for her for 5 years. So what I'm saying to everybody in the district, give me a chance. Let me go to D.C. between now and November. If I don't bring home results in that small amount of time, then vote me out. But if you put me in there, I think you're going to see the difference in having a tested leader, somebody that went from private in the United States Marine Corps to general and retiring out of Israel. So I understand what's going on in the Middle East, and I will bring home the results. The last thing I want to say about the war, since you brought it up, is today or yesterday, Joe Kent, an individual Republican that actually advised the President of the United States on intelligence, something that I clearly know something about, said that this war that we in is a war choice. And I take it just like Fuller should take it. Being a veteran, being combat veterans, we should always question why are our kids and grandkids in another war, and making sure that this is in our country's national interest. And on top of that, what is the plan to win, and what is the plan after this war is over?
How can people get in touch with you, Mr. Harris?
Yes, my program or my page is ShawnForGeorgia.com. I ask for everybody to check me out. They will see, if they go to my page, they will see that, you know what? As many things that Republicans, independents, and yes, Democrats would agree with me on. The reality of it is, I just say to everybody, give me a chance. I've been fighting for you for 40 years in the military. I chose to come back home to my home state of Georgia. I'm from Southwest Georgia. I bought a farm up here in Northwest Georgia. I live in Rockmart. And on top of that, if you're a cattle farmer, you know I'm never going to leave this place. Never, ever going to leave. And I want the people in Northwest Georgia to hold me accountable when I become your congressman.
All right. Good luck to you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back.